Tia has helped us a lot, initially by exposing me to the Swiss South Africa Venture Leaders Program, during the course of which we received training on how to actually commercialize and take forward your idea. Part of taking that idea forward then is in fact that we are using TIA seed fund money. We are protecting the idea and also creating prototypes.
With TIA, I was sent on the Swiss South Africa Venture Leaders Program, which took place in Switzerland, and that changed my strategy, that changed my business model completely, in that I was so focused on the product and developing the product and developing the brand. And when I got there, I realized that there are many products on the market and there are many technologies on the market. Can this product be turned into a commodity? Can you build a business case out of this?
We hope to get our product out there, develop an FDA-approved product, and bring back those skills and the lessons we've learned in South Africa, set up a facility here. That will definitely help the bioeconomy of South Africa. That's what this is all about. You know, the investment coming from TIA as well is developing this bioeconomy sector, and we hope to do that.
Azimuth started through the Venture Leaders Program, which was a Swiss-South African collaboration and organized by the Technology Innovation Agency. So Azimuth was one of 13 startups to participate in the 2015 program, and through this program, Azimuth was one of 5 startups from South Africa that was selected to pitch in the final round of the Google Pitch Fest in Switzerland. This just illustrates the success of the program to develop local entrepreneurs to be competitive in the global arena.
Wow, Tia. Tia's been fantastic for Biodex. We mentioned, following up on the comment on follow-up funding, our first fund came from SPY, which was R500,000 to start looking at early research. Tia came in about 6 years post our first 500,000 Rand fund, and what Tia brought was not really cash. They gave me millions, but that was not the success that Tia brought. Tia brings a holistic approach to a company, and their space in biotechnology is very solid. So from a lady like Corinne Extian, who made sure that I received the necessary training, sent me to Switzerland, made sure I applied to all the necessary and relevant courses as a businessman, and funded it and paid for it. To go to Switzerland and spend a week cost Tia 300,000 Rand per person. It is essential to get that education. The second part of that is Tia exposing its clients to international platforms, like sending the entrepreneur to Bio USA. Again, the costs must cost Tia 400,000-500,000 Rand to send a person to spend 1 week at Bio in USA. But you meet 20,000 people, you're exposed to the big environment business. It builds your confidence, you start believing that you are part of this big international platform. And when it comes time for you to put on your suit and go deal with the CEO of Eskom or Sasol or AEL, any of the big giants in our local platform or internationally, you have the confidence to stand on that platform and deliver as a proud South African that has a technology which is on par with the rest of the world. That was the second part of the education where Tia really had a big influence. And then, of course, part 3 of Tia's very, very influential modus operandi is to make sure you stay within your budgets. The audits, the endless hours that Dr. Anita Berger and Dr. Lungile Zakili Shoba put into Biodex, working till 2, 3 in the morning, making sure Excel sheets, projection sheets, risk mitigations, that work came with Tia's professionals. We didn't know it, but they knew the work. And with that came good regulatory compliance. We were also made to meet King 3 and good governance criteria. And this is the influence of Tia. And it's the influence of the people at Tia that physically give you the time to make sure that your reporting is accurate, that you're not abusing the funding, and that you are indeed delivering on the milestones. The last part of TIA is this, where we are invited to participate in TIA's platform, share our stories, and it allows us to expand our footprint within the market and the world in general.
Okay, so we initially had quite a lot of support from the Technology Innovation Agency, as we call them, TIA, on the pharmaceutical development, especially for neglected diseases and diseases of that's relevant to South Africa. And when we started thinking about the use of a delivery system in plants, then we got involved with TIA in terms of the business development program with Switzerland, and then just lately now with the pesticide development.
TIA has been amazing throughout the whole journey of sealing in a can, and TIA started off by providing myself with a trip to Switzerland on the Swiss-South Africa Joint Research Project, and it was during that occasion that sealing in a can was launched. Thereafter, TIA contributed by managing the GCIP, which is the Global Clean Tech Innovation Program, of which sealing in a can was selected as one of the finalists, and amazing training on how to run a business was given by the GCIP. Thereafter, TIA was used in providing seed funding for the development of this particular product to get it to where it is today.
TIA had a double contribution in Christos's growth. Initially, when we were really just a concept in the MIH Media Lab at Stellenbosch University, TIA gave us the initial seed fund that made it possible to take a very rough lab prototype and turn it into our first product. So with TIA seed funding, we could take the idea to market and start testing the viability of the technology. More recently, they also invested a considerably more substantial amount in the growth of the company.
Since getting involved with TIA and the Swiss program and GAP Biosciences, what has happened is that I've stopped being a consultant, and because of the training and the exposure I've received, I can confidently say that I'm a businesswoman. And I think there's a big difference between an entrepreneur and a business person. And to be able to find a balance between being a creative entrepreneur and a business person takes a lot of training. And TIA has been very, very instrumental in doing that and providing the training. The GAP Biosciences team took us on training for about a week or so. And we were exposed to quite a lot of intensive business training. TIA has, through the Swiss program, also exposed us to quite significant amount of business acumen skills. So I cannot express to you how that has changed my life. When we first started, the issues around IP were not important to us. I just wanted to do this thing. But I can tell you right now, before I do anything, is the contract side. Do we have an NDA? Who are we talking to? How much are we disclosing? So there's a lot that we are now aware of. We're aware of the need to have financial controls, etc. So if I talk about what the GAP Biosciences has done for us, we now have a CRM system which helps us manage our client base, which is what we've been struggling about. You know, people come in, they leave, we don't know where they've gone to. Money comes in, you don't know how that money is coming in. You sell products, but you're not sure if you're being profitable, etc. So this has allowed us to put a system together, which we are now going to use as part of our franchise model. It's also helped us to upgrade some of the technology that we've had in the system. It's helped us pay to finalize the development of the product, which we are looking to launch in December. So a lot has happened after winning that competition, but I must admit, I don't think we would be where we are had it not been for TIA's involvement. I think this would have still been a pipe dream.
With TIA, what they assisted us is to grow beyond looking at purely the science and to see how the science integrates itself into a business so we can build a scalable business model. So they assisted us with actually drafting the business plans, finding the research that's necessary, and also getting the expertise that we needed to go into the product, so that from this pilot site we can actually grow to bigger and bigger sites. And also they assisted us with funding and assistance with working with the CSIR, where they designed the second level rearing units that are derived from all that we have learned from these that are behind you. So we actually benefited a lot from TIA.
Without TIA, it wouldn't have been possible for us to go to Switzerland and take part in an international competition where a bunch of entrepreneurs get the opportunity to pitch their ideas to a board of investors, get accurate and relevant feedback, and in doing that, to slowly but continuously improve your pitch, your product, and how you sell it to the world. So being in Switzerland, we also had the opportunity to go to Google, where Quainted actually made it through to the finals. Being part of the final 6, we had the opportunity to do a 1-minute pitch, and just by doing that, it opened doors for us internationally. We are currently in the process of closing a deal with a major international company, Technogym, being the 3rd largest gym equipment manufacturer in the world and also a major sponsor of the recent Rio Olympic Games. If it wasn't for TIA, all of this wouldn't have been possible. So it's been a massive role.
Yes, TIA's contribution has been life-changing to me personally as an entrepreneur and also to our business. It has given us the opportunity to direct our thoughts and to implement our vision. It's been life-changing for us, definitely. The experience has been extremely positive, uplifting, and it's given us the belief that we can make a difference and we can impact. We can get something positive out of something bad that has happened, and that is actually affecting every South African. Definitely a life-changing experience for us.